When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done. When the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath?
There, to meet with Macbeth.
Fair is foul.
And foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Bloody man is that, speaking reports, as seemeth by his plight, the revolt into a state.
This is a sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and stroke their art. The merciless MacDonald.
Worthy to be a rebel, for to that the murdering abilities of nature do swarm upon him.
MacDonald. From the western isles of kerns and gallowglasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarrel, smiling, showed like a rebel's core, but all's too weak. For brave Macbeth,
Well, he deserves that name.
disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion, carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the knave to the chops, and placed his head upon our battlements.
Valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
As whence the sun gins his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break. So from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had with valor armed compelled these keeping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
This made not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as fair as eagles.
Or the hare the lion.
If I say sooth, I must confess, they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha, I cannot tell. But I am faint, My gaseous cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack upon her both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looked through his eyes. So should he look that seems to be constrained.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan out people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, until that Bellona's bridegroom, lacked in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons. Point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
And that now Sueno, the Norway's king, craves composition. Nor would we deign him burial of his men till he disperse it at St. Column's Inch, $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our post of interest. Go, pronounce his present debt, and with his former title agree to Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Give me, quoth I, a right bewitched the rumpet running cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in the sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give you a win.
Narkine.
And I another.
I myself have all the others in the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know in the shipman's card. I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day rest upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9. Shall he dwindle, peak, and pine? Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have. Show me, show me. Here I have a pilot, the rack to dome where he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand.
Posters of the sea and land.
Thus do go, about, thrice to mine, and thrice to thine,
And thrice again to make up 9.
The charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
A forest called the Forest.
What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it. Live you! Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glums!
all hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope, and who seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors, nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail! Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, and yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death, I know I'm Thane of Glums, but how of Cawdor? Well, the Thane of Cawdor lives, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Speak! I charge you!
Oh, The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. What seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And they and God are too, was it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when you read thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his. Silence with that, and viewing o'er the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. As thick as tale came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What, can the devils be true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy burden bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wrack, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Hans, and the Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind him. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That trusted who may yet enkindle you under the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. Which is strange, and oftentimes to win us who are harmed, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy preludes to the swelling act of the imperial theme. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill. Not good. If ill, why had they given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth, I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why then do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are worse than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my very state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance may have me king, why chance may crown me, without my stir.
Now, new honors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us towards the king. Think on what I can. And that more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman in whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Woodstock has less deserved the portion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more as I do than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, who do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Well, I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growth. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, nor less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee in my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and thine is further.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
By what we call it.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is the step on which I must fall down. Or else, or leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink of the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. Let's after him whose care has gone ahead to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned the desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. As I stood wrapped in the wonder of it all, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, King thou shalt be." This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness has promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Long thou art, and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Wouldst thou would highly, thou wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have great longs, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it. And that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ears, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tiding?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our thane is coming. One of my fellows at the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great ones, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond the sacred present, and I feel the future now in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses. This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet does approve by his love banishing great, that the heavens rest most wooingly here. No jetty breeze buttress nor point of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and broken cradle where they most often breeded upon, I have observed. The air is delicate. Ah, see, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which we still think is love. Herein I teach you how you shall build God illness for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service, in every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. To those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Connor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well in his great love, sharp as his spur, and held him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in compt, to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my house. We love him highly and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, and well, it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success. But this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment to fear. That we but teach bloody instruction, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan, born his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking on. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim coursed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. The tears shall drown the wind. I have no spurs to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. Now, what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We shall proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people which will be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornaments of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
Nay, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Dare's do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, yet you would make them both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this!
If we should fail...
We'll fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and with sail, so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers? Who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men and children only for thy undaunted mettle to compose nothing but males. Will it not be received? When we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber and used their very daggers, that they had done it.
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled. And bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Old, take my sword. Husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take you that too. Oh. That heavy summons lies like lead upon me. Yet I would not sleep. Ah, merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's here?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest. The king's abed, yet been in most unusual pleasure, and sent great largesse forth to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Well, being ill-prepared, our will became the servant of defect, which else would free the brought.
All's well. Last night I dreamt of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it on some words on that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counseled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir, the like to you.
Go bid thy mistress when my drink is ready to strike upon the bell. Get me to that. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not. And yet I see thee still. What thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? thou marshalest me the way that I was going. And such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of other senses. Or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and all thy blade and dust gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one-half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curse of sleep. Now witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf whose house is watched, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, or hear the very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Well, I threat he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. Go. It is done.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them has given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, that fatal bellman that gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Oh, alack! I'm afraid they've wakened and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. Oh, my husband!
I have done the deed. Did thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Hi.
Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain!
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought, to say a sorry sight.
As one did laugh in his sleep. And one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them.
There are two lodged together.
They did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep. God bless us, cried one, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear. I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, still it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bath. Balm of the hurt minds. Great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Gloves have murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of such things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you take the daggers from that place? They must lie there! Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood!
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think on what I've done. Look on again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers! The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears the painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with withal, for it must seem their guilt!
Whence is that knocking? What is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hands? No. These my hands will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the cream one red.
My hands are of your color, yet I shame to wear a heart so white. Hark, I hear knocking in the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
Know my deeds, were best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. And would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were poor of Hellgate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Hey, here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins enough about you? Here you'll hang for it. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Hey. Here is an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason. Enough, for God's sake! Yet not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. No, who's there? Here is an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Hose! Come in, tailor. He may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Hey, audience participation. The Duke of Sussex. Exactly. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wherefore art thou means?
Where?
No, it doesn't. It means why. You guys are supposed to be smart. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The interrupting ghost of Duncan. Boo! Finale. Nope, nope.
Who's there?
Wendy.
Wendy, play is over! Everybody is dead!
Never. Quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell, and I'll devil portal it no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way towards the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, anon! I pray you remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend? You went to bed that you do lie so late?
Oh, faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of free things. Free things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Oh, Mary, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It both provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivalent with lechery. It makes him and it mars him, it sets him on. And it takes him off, persuades him, disheartens him, makes him stand to, and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Dang it did set the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie. And I think being stronger than him. It took my legs some time. Yet I made a ship to cast him.
Is thy master stirring?
Tomorrow, noble sir. Tomorrow both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to it.
I know this is a joyful burden to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pay. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
Does. He did appoint so.
Tonight has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying, with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! Horror! Horror!
What's the matter?
Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee. Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open the Lord's anointed temple and stole then the life of the building.
What does he say, the life?
Me, his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See it and speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm and Banquo, Donovan, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, ask for your graves. Rise up and walk like sprites to countenance the horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to wake the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear the words I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo! Our royal master's murdered!
What? In our house? Whoa!
Too cruel anywhere! Dear dove, I pray thee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drunk, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag on.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all bashed with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. No man's life is to be trusted with them.
And yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, furious and temperate, all in an instant? No man. The expedition of my violent love outran the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silvered skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs seemed as a Greek in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade. Who could refrain? Who had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known?
Have me hence! Oh!
Lady,
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours?
What should be spoken here where our fate, hidden in Augerhole, may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor a strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady! And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer and exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fear and scruple shake us. In the great hand of God I stand and hence against the unnightful pretense I fight a treasonous malice.
So do I.
So all. Let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together. All contented.
What will you do if it's not consort with them? Show an unfelt sorrow as an office which the false man does easy. All to England.
To Ireland I, our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The nearer in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot have not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
I can remember well. Within the volume of which time I've seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act, threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it the night's predominance or the day's shame, which darkness does the face of earth entomb, when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the abasement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, have stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Then 'tis most likely sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
And where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll fight.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things done well there. Adieu. This road road's easier than I knew.
Farewell, father.
Well, may God's benison be with you and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foe.
Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird women promised. And I fear thou payest most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, Why, by on the verities on thee make good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush no more.
Ah, here's our chief guest.
If he had been gone, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We should also desire your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour with me.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We here, our bloody cousins, are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide and filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to horse. Adieu till you return at night. Oh, Ghost Cleon's with you.
Aye, my good lord, our time is full upon us.
I wish your horses safe and sure of foot. And well I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sir. Attend those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to the dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but him, whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked. As it is said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters, when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I piled my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them, and my eternal jewel given to the common enemy of men to make them kings. The seeds of Banquo. Kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the efforts. Who's there? Go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, who held you so under fortune that you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you how you were born in hand, how crossed, the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else that might to have a soul and to a notion praise. Say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so. And went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalogue you go for men. As hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, curs are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the supple, the housekeeper, the hunter. Each one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, by which he receives particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so of men. Now if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. And I will put that business in your bosom whose execution takes your enemy on, grapples you to the heart and love of us. who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I have won, my liege. The vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that it reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune that I would set my life on any chance to mend it, or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is mine. And in such bloody distance that his every minute of being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. Thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We will perform what you command us.
Though our lives
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, and the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace always thought that I require a clearance. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Leon's his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
we resolve, my lord.
By within, I'll call upon you straight. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
I've done, but we shall against her.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madame, I will.
Not had all spent where desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone, of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts that should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint. Both the world suffer ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, who we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the terror of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Sleek all your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial amongst your guests tonight.
So shall I. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while, but we must lave our honors in these flattering screens, and make our faces visards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowst that Banquo and his Leons live.
But in them nature's copy is not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou shalt. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered light, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest child, for thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond that keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who bid thee stand with us?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust as he delivers to our offices what we have to do to the direction just.
Stand with us. The west end glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs-laden traveler pays to gain the timely inn, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses. Give us a light there, ho!
Then 'tis he.
The rest are within the note of expectation, already are in the court.
His horses go fast.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
A light, a light.
'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, Mercury, fly, good blades! Fly, that means revenge! Oh, slave. We need to drag out the light.
Was it not the way?
There's but one down, the sun is fled.
You've lost best half of our reward.
Well, let's away and see how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourselves will play the humble host and mingle with society. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we shall require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See, they encountered thee with their heart's thanks. Oh, both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, and none will drink a measure of the table round. His blood upon my face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like of Leon's. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
Most royal, sir. Leon's has escaped.
Here comes my fit again. Might else been perfect. Whole as marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air, but now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears, but Banquo's safe.
Aye, my lord. Safe in a ditch he abides, with 20 trenchant gashes in his head, the least of death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath venom that in time will breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched, while 'tis a making 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were fair without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now good digest and wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your majesty, sit.
Here had we now our countries on a roof, for the graced person of our Banquo, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company?
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. Where does your majesty?
Which of you have done this?
What,
my good lord?
But thou canst not say I did it! Never shake thy gory locks with me!
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, I pray you. My lord is often thus and happen from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you know him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am the bold one that dares look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, these flaws and starts would well become a woman's story in a winter's fire authorized by her granddad. Shame itself. When all is done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there. Look, behold. Oh, lo, how say you? Or if thou canst nod, speak, too. If charnel houses and our graves must send those we bury back, our monuments shall be the malls of kites.
What? Quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie, for shame!
What hath been shed ere now? In the olden time, ere humane statute purged the gentle wheel? Aye, and since then 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The time has been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murderer is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down and give me some wine, well full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, who we miss. Would he were here. To him and all we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt! And quit my sight. Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros or the Hurricane tiger, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit, then protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow! Unreal mockery. Hence! Why so? Being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broken the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? And overcome us like a summer's cloud, but that we wonder at it? You make me strange. Even to the disposition I owe, and now I think you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine are blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Question him not, I pray you, at once good night. He grows worse and worse. Stand up upon the order before him, but go at once.
Good night, and better health as head matters.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot pies and chuffs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. It's not a one, but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow. And betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For my own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go on. Strange things I have in hand, the will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. You're yet but young.